Hey, it's Ben with Short Roped, and today we're talking core.
So a lot of times people are just doing their normal crunches, sit-ups, all that kind of stuff. And a lot of those muscles do not come into play when you're climbing. So when you think about core, you got to think about sport-specific training. Sit-ups, crunches, all that kind of stuff. How many times are you actually doing that movement while you are climbing or hiking? Not a lot. The first exercise that we're going to do is for the low back. Now, my setup here is specific to what I'm doing. It's a reverse hyper, but it's kind of a modified reverse hyper. I set it up with my own equipment, as you can see. So basically I have my cage, I have plyo box, and then I have a bench on top. And that's kind of my setup. Now, if you don't have this setup, which most of you probably don't, you can just use a bench, which I'll show you, or easier, you can use the floor.
So this is going to work your low back. It's going to help your glutes. It's also going to decompress your lower lumbar spine, which is great. So I'm going to step up. I'm going to lay down on my stomach with my waist at the edge of the bench hanging off. And then all you do is swing your feet up, swing your feet down. So that is one version of reverse hyper. If you don't have that whole cage set up to do reverse hypers, you can also use a bench. And I'll show you how that's done. So I'm going to lay down. My waist is going to be right at the edge of the bench. These hands I'm going to hold on. I like to hold on the bar. You can definitely also hold to the top of the bench. Still effective. The other version you can do knee swings. One at a time. Unilateral. You can also hold. Now, if you don't have the crazy rig set up, and you don't have the bench, you can also just use the ground. And I'll show you how that looks. A few variations I like to do. One is the bird dog, which we covered in the warm-up on leg day. The goal with bird dogs is to keep it nice and steady and don't move those hips. I'm activating my shoulders and my glutes. The other one is going to be the donkey kick. So donkey kicks, you're going to keep that knee bent. You're going to bring it to your chest. You're going to kick it up. The fire hydrant knee is bent. And basically, as it sounds, you're lifting your leg out to the side. Straight leg raises. And Superman. On your stomach, arms and legs extended.
We also want to think about hip flexors. So hip flexors are something that we're going to use a lot when we're climbing. So what is a hip flexor? Hip flexor is right here on the body, kind of the top of your quad, and it goes all the way up into your abs. So what does the hip flexor do? It flexes your hip. This movement, you're using your hip flexor. So when you're hiking, you're doing a lot of that.
Next up, we have pass the plate. It's a great movement, activates the entire core, connects the arms and the legs together. If you have a plate, plates work best. I'm using a 15 pound. I've used 25 pounds, which is fine too, just less reps. I would probably go lighter weight and more reps on this movement. So you're going to start laying down on your back, holding the plate overhead. Then you're going to lift up your arms and your legs at the same time. Knees are going to be bent. You're going to pass the plate from your hands to your shins, lower down. Raise up with control, pass the plate. That's one rep. If you don't have a plate, you can use anything around the house. This is a lid to a bucket. You can use a Frisbee, you can use a book. This is about stability and control. Planks are also a great way to build core stability. There are a few different planks I like to do. So you're going to get into your plank position, lower high, and you're going to dip those hips. The other version I like to do while holding plank is a toe tap. You're going to be tapping your toes to the sides and also leg lifts. So with these, we're also working the glutes, we're working the majors, the minors, as well as working core. Do trad climbing or bouldering, I would definitely recommend doing the low plank on your forearms, pushing up through those forearms, help activate those shoulders, as compared to the high plank, we are definitely working chest a lot more.
We want to work on the obliques, the side, right? Again, stability.
Does this look like George Costanza? I feel like I look like George. So we're also going to work the obliques and QLs with the side plank. We work the side plank on leg day with the McGill 3. This, we're going to weight it down. Set of holds, we're going to add reps as well. This is what it looks like.
So those are the 3 core exercises to focus on for climbing, for hiking, mountaineering. That's all you basically need.
Programming core work into your workouts, there's a couple different approaches you can use. The first one is adding a core movement to the end of a workout day as a little finisher. Pick one movement, do your sets, do your reps. The other way to do it is to have a dedicated core day. What I like to do on those days is treat it like an active recovery day. So I'll work my core, and then I'll also work on accessory work like shoulders, rotator cuffs, knees, ankles, that type of thing.